Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Lately we've been getting a lot of requests for videos on the new V6 Mustangs. While the new V6s have been overshadowed by the EcoBoost, it's still a really nice performance car in its own right out of the box. The 3.7 liter V6 makes 300 horsepower, which is the same power the GTs made only a few years back. And like all Mustangs, they respond really well to modifications. This is Roush's cold air intake kit fitting your 2015 through 2016 V6 Mustang, and Roush claims 10 horsepower and 9 foot-pound of torque with no tuning required. Today we're going to install this cold air intake kit on our 2015 Mustang V6. The Roush cold air intake kit is going to include this high flow dry filter, necessary tube and ductwork, and this sealed box, and it's going to flow 20% more air than your factory kit. Again, no tuning required, so this is a plug and play easy installation. For this installation, you need a 1/4-inch ratchet, short extension, 7mm socket, 8mm socket, 10mm socket, and some sort of cutting tool. We're going to start by removing the factory air intake, which is actually very easy and can be removed as one piece. So what we'll do is remove the bolt and the fender over here, disconnect from the throttle body, disconnect these two lines, this whole assembly can come out. We'll start with the bolt out by the fender. Next, move over to the throttle body, release the clamp. Two additional lines of the PCV, which is a little gray clip, so we push that over and slide it off. And the air line here, push down the black plug and slide that off as well. We pull it off the throttle body. Lift the whole intake out. Before you throw the stock intake aside, there's a few pieces you need off of it. The rubber grommet from the bottom, this one located here, and the metal insert grommet located right here. The bottom one you sort of just kind of twist and it'll pop right off. Same thing with this one here. Just slide it right off. This one you'll have to push the metal insert through. And once you do that, they'll come out from the bottom. Now we're going to move these over to our Roush air box. I want the metal insert just right here on the end. Bring the bushings up from the bottom and push the metal insert in from the top. Large bushing goes right here. And the small one goes in the bottom. Now we're going to install the seal, which goes on top of the airbox and pushes up to the hood. All these just will clip in place, just line them up and push. And the seal itself is universal, so just cut off what's left on the end here. The last thing we're going to do to the Roush airbox before we install it is connect the snorkel. This is simply just going to clip into place. Next, we're going to connect the air intake tube to the filter. The filter has an arrow, so you want to make sure when that goes onto the housing, it's facing downward. We have to put the clamp on first. The arrow's facing down, and we're going to tighten it up. Now we're ready to start the installation on the car. We're going to put the airbox down into place. Now you want to make sure all three factory locations line up with the factory holes. And now we're going to reinstall the factory bolt by the fender. Next, put the filter assembly down into place and bolt it to the box with the provided screws by Roush. Connect the intake tube to the air filter first. Get seated all the way on, and then connect to the throttle body. Get everything seated and tighten down the clamps. For the last step, reconnect the factory hoses. Make sure they both click into place. And your installation is finished. So the Roush looks good under the hood. Now let's see how it sounds. Yeah, for just an intake, you can definitely hear a difference when you rev it up. Our Roush cold air intake sounds great, looks great, should add some horsepower, and like all Roush Performance parts, the fitment is OEM when it's installed. Overall, the installation is very easy, should take you no more than an hour, so you'll be back on the road in no time.